Okay, so here is Sarah. Hi, Sarah. And we're looking at your hitting. Some of the things that we've been talking about is where your elbow is, and it's getting better. Looks really good. But let's just review and go through the things that you're doing right and take a look at some of the things that we need to fix. Um, First things first, great distance on your approach. 3 meter or 10-foot line is probably right around in here, so you're well outside the line, outside the court, because you can see where the antenna would be. So starting your approach, you have a great lean, which is a sprinter's lean. And remember what we're trying to do, and please never forget, we're trying to take potential energy. Okay, all mass has potential energy, and you have mass. And that potential energy, once you begin to move, changes to kinetic. And again, those are smart people way ahead of us with huge heads and pocket protectors that figure that stuff out. So it's not the world according to me. But that kinetic energy, every percentage of increase in speed is to an exponential power. So if you go 2% faster in your approach, you're going to get it's to the power of 2. You're going to get 4 times the kinetic energy. If you go 4% faster, it's 16. 5 is 25, 6, 36. I think you get my point. So it's not 1 for 1. So if you can be outside and have distance to your approach and accelerate to the ball, you're going to generate more kinetic energy. And remember, kinetic energy is measured vertically and horizontally and every angle in between. So we want speed to the ball, and we want to continue that speed. You hit the ball with your whole body, not your hand. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to go all the way through it once and see. Looks great to me. I'm going to go back. This is the same approach, Sarah. And just talk about the things you're doing just to kind of review it. So great start, good lean. Starting with your right foot. Now if you close with your left, which I'm almost certain you always do, it's a good 4-step approach. So remember, speed is a function of stride length and frequency. If you have more of them, you make them faster, you're going to be faster. And the faster you go, the more kinetic energy you generate. Subsequently, lift your body off the ground higher and hit the ball harder. So this distance is wonderful. This does not need to be changed. It's great. Again, good drive. This is the thing that I'm going to share this with people. The depth of your backswing, it is just beautiful. Again, speed in your feet will generate kinetic energy. And if you don't believe me, watch me drive home the next time we're working together at 5 miles per hour and run into a tree. Well, I'm going to wreck the car. But if I drive 50 miles an hour into the tree, I'm going to wreck the tree, car, me, and everybody in between. And we don't want to get in any accidents. We truly don't. But you get my points. The car has the same amount of mass. It's just going faster. So it generates more kinetic energy. Well, just like the speed in your feet, this distance in your arms traveling towards the ground is going to throw more weight at it, which is going to load the muscles eccentrically and concentrically. Remember, eccentric, concentric, longer, shorter. And it's going to load that energy in your lower body. Then when your arms come past neutral to your side and swing in this direction, it's going to help unload this energy and subsequently lift your body off the ground higher. It really isn't that complicated. It's pretty simple stuff. The other thing, too, is you want your arms to be symmetrical. Remember, the rules of hitting are start, accelerate, de-elevate, arms loosely coming back, feet behind the ball, open in front of your hand, and hit the snot out of the ball. Well, if one of these arms is bent or taking a different angle coming back, then it's going to throw disproportionate amounts of weight into the ground, and that is going to transfer throughout your whole body. And again, this looks beautiful. They're symmetrical. Okay, they're coming back together. One's not higher than the other. One's not more outside, whatever. So you're throwing the same amount of weight on either side of your body, which is producing an accurate and effective amount of energy. So this is just beautiful in the depth. If your arms didn't come back, this deep, and they came only back to here, then you have less time and distance to throw weight at the ground. So again, it's just common sense. It's not that complicated. This looks fantastic, Sarah. let's go back just a minute. Again, same approach, and take a look at your feet. Again, same approach. Feet are pointed at the center, okay? They're, the direction of your feet are the same, which is going to allow you to lift your whole body off the ground at the same time. If this foot was pointed in this direction, okay, this one is going to come off the ground first. And I'd have to show you. If they're both pointed at the net, then this back foot's going to come off the ground first, then this one's going to come off the ground, and you're going to transfer all that weight, your body weight, to one foot, so you're 1 foot jumping. Again, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect, and they're coming off the ground together, you can tell. But more importantly, by having this shape and this body position towards the setter, especially on the left side, you get to use your hip to hit the ball, as long as you close your hip at the end of your approach after you hit it. And the easiest way to see that is just to see how you land. If your feet being in this direction end up going in that direction, then you've thrown your hip at the ball. And remember, we've talked about this. You're generating torque. If I take and draw a line straight through the middle of your body and you rotate through that line, you're going to generate torque. This is not a problem for you. You're throwing your hip at the ball really well. So let's go all the way through it and take a look. And you did. Your right hip came forward, came ahead of your hand, which is what it's supposed to do. You did land on 1 foot, and we've talked about this. This does not affect your hitting. Power on the ball, nothing. Doesn't have any effect. The only effect it has is on your body, because you're landing all of your body weight on 1 foot. And we do need to change this, because I don't want you to be 45 years old and using a cane. That wouldn't be the most attractive thing, to be honest with you. But this looks great, really does. So I'm going to go back one more time. Doesn't matter where you start your hands, as long as they come back as well as they do. Okay, and here's another couple of things. This pike in your back, just like when I drew a line through the middle of your body and you rotated, you generated torque. Well, if this shape, okay, changes to this shape, then you've generated torque. Draw a line through this part of your body and rotate on that axis. So throwing your hip at it, generating this torque, using your whole body to hit the ball is fabulous. This is something we've been talking about. This elbow's too low. We need to get it up. We need to get your posture bigger. This is allowing the ball to drop and forcing you to hit. It's not your reach, and I'll prove it to you. You're reaching just fine. But if we can get this posture up better, there's going to be a higher point of attacking the ball. And again, based on the shape of your body and the lean that you got going, you're going to go all the way through it. You hit it with your whole body, not just your hand. So you want to take off from here and land somewhere over here. In order for you to go straight up, which you hear quite often from people, you have to change that kinetic energy from this direction to this direction. Well, you're going to punch the ground to do that. And you don't want to be heavy. You want to be as light as you can all the way through your approach. So you should travel distance, hit the ball with your whole body, and I think you get my point. And again, you probably didn't throw your hip as well as you could have, but that's an anomaly. You usually do. I usually see you doing it the right way. So, Sarah, that looks fantastic to me. The only thing we need to work on, and maybe, we'll use a spike it or some other tricks or something just to get that elbow up a little bit higher. But it looks great to me, and you should be very happy. You work hard, and you deserve it. You truly do deserve everything you're going to get, and I'm going to help you.